Hey there, Yogi. We're going to talk about the reasons why. Why would you bother spending 15 minutes a day doing this practice? Why show up? Why push past the tendency to not show up? Why make the time when you could be doing other stuff like hanging out and watching Netflix and maybe drinking some wine or grabbing a cup of coffee or just doing nothing? Because, also that's kind of fun. So, what's your reason why? And I think it's important to start with first of all, we're not asking you to spend 5 days practicing. We're telling you that if you want the benefits of what yoga offers you, of what daily practice will give you, you have to. You have to show up for 5 days. You have to go daily. It can't be 60 minutes once a week. It will not get you the same way the daily small doses of yoga will. It just won't. So why would we spend the time? And what are we really after anyway? I'm so glad you asked. So why daily movement? And this is true for a lot of different forms of exercise. Yoga just has this way of kind of getting you a little bit farther with everything. Why daily movement? One, it elevates your mood. So whether you're conscious of it or not, being home, being out of activity, not being able to be around your friends, not being able to be around normal activity, it affects your mood. And whether you're conscious of it or not, you might feel a little sad. You might feel a little depressed. You might feel a little anxious. All of those feelings are almost expected in this time. I mean, let's be real. But there are things that you can do to work with them and to elevate your mood and to get out of that rut and to start feeling better. And one of those things is yoga. Here's the beautiful thing about daily practice. When you start doing daily practice, it starts to affect your mood, your well being, your view of the world. And it does so in a way that begins to permeate and ripple into other aspects of your life. So, by doing daily practice, you might also start moving your body more. You might also start showing up for life a little bigger. You might also start doing something new. And all of that comes because you started anchoring your days with a daily movement practice that connects you with your heart and your mind and your brain and your breath and your body. And so, with all that, you can expect that with more intentional breath, more intentional movement, more like self awareness, you're going to be more productive. Now, I'm not talking about like, oh, good, you'll make more widgets for your employer kind of thing. It means that you'll be more effective with your time and things will take you less long. Great example of this is laundry. I not a huge fan of doing laundry, but I got to get it done. And I notice that when I'm doing daily practice and when I'm showing up on my mat more, I get it done way faster. It's much less of a big deal. And actually, my house stays a lot cleaner in general. That's because I have an anchor habit of moving my body and I'm more, I don't know, alive, vital, and I'm more interested in actually doing things. That helps me be more effective and it also means that it takes me less time to do all the things that I do. So in 15 minutes a day, you might actually save yourself an hour or hours a day in lost time, in lost productivity, in lost attention because you will be able to be more focused and present. Daily movement also improves, and this is the big one, executive functioning. What is executive functioning? It's your working memory. It is your flexible thinking. It's being able to work with a situation that is dynamic and make a change of plans. It's being able to reroute what you were intending on and being able to come up with a new, flexible, appropriate response to whatever comes your way that is unexpected. It is about self control. This is a huge one. When we get into, what are the reasons why you want to move every day? What are the reasons why you want to start exercising more? A lot of people talk about weight loss, better diet, better eating habits, and all of that is lumped into the self-control category. And guess what helps with that? Daily movement. And it's not just about burning the calories. This is what I hope you get out of this, is not just about burning calories. It is about intentionality. It's about moving. It's about focus. It's about concentration. It's about feeling good. And when you have a practice that invites you to feel good, you are more likely to make more decisions about any of the categories in wellness and well-being and taking care of oneself and taking care of this human body you've been given uh, through daily practice, through an anchor habit. Daily practice also helps your memory. And I don't know about you, but I don't know a person in my life that doesn't wish that they had a better memory for one category or another of things. Some of us are really good at remembering long term. Some of us are really good at remembering what happened yesterday. But all of us could stand to improve the flexibility and the retention of the brain by taking care of it. And that comes through the breath work that we do in this yoga practice. And then the last thing that I'll talk about, and this is like a big category, and I don't want to get too much in the scariness, but I'm going to give you I'm going to inject a little bit of fear right now because I want you to know that for some reason, some of us, like me, need to have a little bit of a fear factor when it comes to, oh gosh, this is why I need to do daily practice. So I'm going to give it to you. Daily practice will help you to reduce the risk of heart disease, chronic illness, nerve damage. It will help to improve your flexibility. It will help you to prevent slips, trips, falls. It will help your body to repair faster when you do get hurt, if that happens. And in general, if you can think of any short-term, long-term condition that takes you out of total balanced well-being, any condition will be improved through daily practice with yoga, attention, meditation, breath work, a little bit of movement. Everything. And I don't want to scare you, but at some point, we all have to have this fear factor before we start to wake up and be like, oh, I really need to get this done. And when you start to have a chronic inflammation and chronic sleep deprivation or chronic stress, these things will slowly erode your well being. And over time, they will really steal a lot from you. And they are the precursors to chronic illness that randomly shows up. And I can't tell you how many people I know that have a random thing that's happening that they don't really understand. I want you to know that there's a way that you can kind of catch this and work with your body and take care of it. And I'm not saying that yoga is going to be like the cure all for everything, but I am going to say that daily movement and breath work and practice and attention and intention will absolutely help you. It will absolutely make it better. It will absolutely help to be a preventative medicine for anything that may crop up in your present and in your future. Even things like allergy and back pain are improved through daily yoga practice. So, if that's not enough for you, we're going to dig into a little bit of what your reasons why are. And that's why we are giving you a worksheet. This is like a be the love thing. We really like worksheets. I love putting things on paper, seeing it, and then it helps to remind me of why I'm doing it in the first place. So, you have a worksheet and you can download that now and print it out. And what you'll do is just take a moment to look through the list and check off all the reasons why you want to show up for practice next week for our 5-day freebie challenge. For 15 minutes a day, you're going to show up. Why? You'll have a huge list and you can take from that list anything, all the things, whatever you want. Then you're going to go back through that list and you're going to circle your top 3. What are the things that really keep you up at night? What are the things that really wow, this is something that's really important to me, and I definitely want to make sure that I am addressing this in my wellness practice so that this doesn't happen or so this does happen, right? And then you're going to have a place where you can write a little bit further. And I really encourage you to take the time to actually do this. A lot of people will say that and be like, okay, I'll just do the mental checklist and then that'll be enough. I really want you to print it out or write it down. Grab a random piece of paper, write it down with your hands, with a pen, with ink. Take the time. You're going to be surprised by your answers. You're going to notice something different than you would if you just thought about it in your head. And then the last thing I want to give you, and this is kind of wrapping it all up together. We've talked about the benefits, we've talked about the reason why, we've talked about what to avoid and what we're really trying to prevent. The most important thing with all of this, Yogi, is having accountability to actually show up and do it. And that's why I'm going to sincerely encourage you to find a person in your life that Who cares if they like yoga or not? That's not really important. And it's not what this is about. A person in your life that cares about your well-being, that will encourage you to make good choices, that will be there to praise you for doing a great job, that will keep showing up for you and with you. And I want you to bring them in and to do this challenge with you. And I want you to set up a text exchange where every single day you're saying, I did it. Every single day you're checking in and saying, how are you doing? And let that friend, let that person in your life be your accountability coach to make this happen. It is so important to do this. It is so important. You can even say, friend, I'm so sorry. This might be kind of a pain, but I really want to start taking care of my health. And I know that if I had your support to check in and to hold me accountable, I would be more likely to do it. I don't know a person out there genuinely that would say, I'm so sorry, but like, I don't have time and I'm not interested in your well being. Like, be real. Even a random acquaintance is going to care about this. Even a random acquaintance is going to hold you accountable. A friend from your mom group, a neighbor, one of your kids' friends' moms, right? There are people in your life that are cheering you on. Your parents, your kids. Have someone that you can have that will hold you accountable and that you can hold accountable, and bring them in and do it together. And then after 5 days, celebrate. Man, like, set yourself up for a coffee date, grab, I don't know, a Zoom date at the end of the day. It's going to be Friday night. You can have a chance to like really have fun together and celebrate and say, I did it, because it's a big deal. And it's so, so awesome. So, so awesome that you did this. So that's what I've got for you with your reason why. Do your worksheet, take the time, find a friend, and let's have an amazing 5 day practice together.